So today, maybe tactics. I'm very sorry. So all pet tactics may not be the best video for you, but trust me, when you say Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube it is the best in terms of analysis and the amount. It's all pet the game there. Then you need to stick and stay at Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. In the last few hours, I cut through a lot of footage. Usually, I mean, say me free time. I watch a lot of videos, football tactical videos, watch and unwatch them. Sometimes I will share game, in real time. You are filled with a lot of emotion, so you don't really see what you expect, what you want to see, or what you sometimes have to see. Sometimes you bit my glaring or winning, but you will never see because we are focused on getting results. And that is why sometimes in my free time I watch some of this game. Again, I Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. Then let us get a conversation going. Our hasi. See, especially for Enzo Maresca. But before that, Mamindi can farm was there and then Jadon Sancho, Renato Viega, Malo Gusto, all of those boys and no more injuries. What's the Romeo Lavia Munina actually full time with Chelsea. Jadon Sancho, Christopher Nkunku, Malo Gusto, Romeo Lavia Munina actually 100% for Chelsea, and they're on the grass, not in the gym alone. On the grass, all of those boys are trained, and Chelsea, our boys not fit for that big game away to West Ham. And man, referee said West Ham is a difficult team for Chelsea to play in that preparation. It's going to be a tough one, but Chelsea are saying they are getting all their boys ready and fit to go on and play in that game that's going to go on at the London Olympic Stadium in the next few hours for Chelsea Football Club. Outside game in the next English Premier League games. So see, since Enzo Maresca here, coach, we some exciting things, and I think that also the game against Bournemouth, essentially, it was about solving problems, and how Enzo Maresca could use some of the players now to solve specific problems that not all facing the first half, and essentially, it was about the problem of build-up, and then maybe just 5 or 4 different images that tells you 3 different things, and maybe by breaking it down, 3 different things, and I maybe highlight here. I'm going to use just about 5 images for you. One, I'm going to show you the fact that Enzo Maresca plays what they call the total football. A lot of technical players do not like if they are in a rigid system. And in time now, before we say, a lot of technical players, if there is a lot of positional rigidity here, these players will not get the best out of them. But I've gone back and I've watched the Wolves game, watched the Bournemouth game. It looks as if Enzo Maresca necessarily is not going to play positional rigidity now. It may not get the best out of the Chelsea players. Again, with the last few things, there have been a lot of variations. Chelsea may be building up sometimes in a 3-2 with a base, but we've seen times that Akko with 4-2-3-1 unorthodox with Chelsea, where Abrante friend Marco Correa sometimes in the last game against Bournemouth was taking up the tetracrystal role, and I say a role as a tetracrystal. I was arguing, and I'm very intrigued about saying Chelsea elbow in that regard in terms of the kind of play, in terms of how they want to play in possession. I say, am I very, very interested? And I think that it's a content I'm a share more. You are going to be interested in it. Just a few videos, and I'm maybe running you, but medical catch was saying it's that Bournemouth game. It was very, very confident from Bournemouth for manager friend Andoni Areola. The press, was different from what we've seen a lot of the teams press against Chelsea. How bold and not only on the ball without the ball, how they wanted to play in between the lines, how aggressive they were to jump. Because several times, that's a Chelsea players, say Chelsea say, or call on for any of them attackers need to drop Cole Palmer and Nicolas Jackson. Consistently, they were going to jump if Chelsea went over the first phase of their press and even the second phase. And of course, we all know how difficult and then Chelsea inside game. But I'm very, very enthused and intrigued by the kind of tactical tweaks that Enzo Maresca and how that shows up. You don't have to be too worried when Chelsea is going to play against teams that are a little bit stubborn, and the middle bottom clubs are very, very tactical. But it's a Bournemouth, and of course, say about Champions League games, we are Chelsea about West Ham United. There's Chelsea against Bout. Mekai say this images you two on me. Besides, say how many points can Chelsea get in the 4 games of English Premier League game? Well, about one against Bournemouth, we got 3 points. There is the next one against West Ham United. How many points do you think that Chelsea being against West Ham United? I want to hear from you in the comment section. How many points will Chelsea get against West Ham United? Chelsea, after Barrow game no in FA Carabao Cup no, about against Brighton and Hove Albion as well. How many points do you think that Chelsea being against Brighton and Hove Albion? Then there's going to be the stubborn Nottingham Forest era. Remember at Stamford Bridge. That is the only game I'm here a little bit worried about, because one, it's at home at the Stamford Bridge, and Nottingham Forest last season AF stubborn when they came to play at the Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea, the home fans, the players consistently complain say they don't really push them, sending away fans they pushing them. Video I'm each on away fans no air tonium air happy players they push them no. That seems to work very well for when the team plays away instead of when they play away from home, and it is an important one. In the last few games, another observation, because the Chelsea winning, people haven't really spoken about this. Pedro Neto on the right wing, on the left wing, it hasn't really worked. It looks as if Pedro Neto may be more suited to the left wing, to the right wing, saying about using the left foot in the it's maybe he may assistance now, maybe second fiddle to Noni Madueke or outside on him, so that they can give Chelsea a lot of depth in that area. So that on the left-hand side, it can be Jadon Sancho, Mihailo Modric on that side now when they want to build that from there. So we wait to see how that's going to be like. But this is the conversation I wanted to have with you. And I think that the struggle of Pedro Neto on the left-hand side, when you say Obo in the last few games now, one. So Obo Pedro Neto on the left-hand side, we are purely looking for him to create chances for the team. Send about cut with a lot of crosses. You don't get the best out of him to cut onto his strong foot and then shoot at goal and get goals. You don't get cutbacks from. However, Chelsea lack any real aerial presence in the box. So Pedro Neto may really struggle from that area more. With cutbacks, and you have been overloading the left-hand side, making it hard to find himself free, consistently picking up passes. When the left winger plays left wing, we need to allow him more 1v1 else that area more. And I'm talking about the fact that last time I catch you say on Chelsea left-hand side, that's where it is heavily in terms of a chance creation, because every day consistently Enzo Marco Correa overloads into there a lot of combination play, so it fits more like somebody like Jadon Sancho who wants to combine and play Jack Grealish, send on board Manchester City to do a lot of combination play in that zone for a lot of ball retention, and they can create chances from there. So it doesn't really fit Abrante for the Pedro Neto, but when he's playing from the right hand side, he cuts onto his left foot. He's able to create chances from there. He's able to take players 1v1 from those areas, and he's able to do very well. Essentially, club no M1 in that regard, and I think that so but I will right to know the same dynamics are Senator Chelsea now. He will do well in that sense, like I'm telling you, essentially about how he creates chances, how well he plays. And then Fabrizio Dimasio, on a podcast, was saying that Chelsea see Noni Madueke as an important player. They catch any player that is good in 1v1s, player really good 1v1s, an excellent player for Enzo Maresca. And Chelsea would not want to sell him. Not Chelsea initially would have entertained offers to Abrante and Noni Madueke, but immediately Enzo Maresca catch almost said he's a player that he loves after working with him. They want to keep Abrante, your friend, Noni Madueke, our team, and he's going to be an important player going forward in that regard for Chelsea, and it's important. And you see, what I wanted to tell you with these images, I feel about one more. And I title it Maresca's Bournemouth Bout. And like I'm saying, nay about because of Antonio Areola, Bournemouth for manager, the confidence as a tactical man. Our player profiles, social contracts. Player profiles, a social construct. It is Oshe Enzo Maresca stands now. I think one of the things that are very important is the player dynamism. So it's about sending maybe a be a center backer. Sani Pana can step up in the park and play as a CM, can play as a DM. What the player should be able to change and unchange. It's a player a dynamic. So the player dynamism is very important for Enzo Maresca. And Oshe, the fundamental role of a player in positions a little bit negligible. Chelsea fullbacks haven't necessarily played as a fullback. Chelsea centre backs don't particularly have to change nature and play as a centre back. They play in that area of the field. Based on what the team wants. Until you beat my centre back. But if you're interested in building, breaking up, or be press very aggressive, then we want you to bring up your line breaking up. We want you to bring up your ball carrying ability. their profiles are ukita are fitting what the team has to do. So as the game state evolves, then the players will evolve based on what they have to do in the game, which is very important. It's essentially about what total football envisage and shows in the modern game. And the prerogative, essentially it's about how the prerogative is to evolve with a game state. And essentially, that's what a total football is about. And in other words, we should play this say like Mekacho earlier on, Enzo Fernandez, Marco Correa, Wesley Fofana, Axel De Sassi, Renato Vieira. Theoretically, and I say in theory, some players in America so many defenders. But say Chelsea get a ball now so about Renato Vieira in the last game didn't necessarily play as a defender. And I'll show you a picture why I'm telling you, say Renato Vieira didn't necessarily or you might say be a defender or you're more than just a defender. Who should be say Axel De Sassi, the role is supposed to be say Marco Correa specifically, so he'll be our target on. His role was more than just a defender, and I'll tell you why he did that at the back as well. Maybe the two centre backs now, like I said, mainly they were centre backs, they played as defenders, but should be saving Levi Kola. His role was to break the lines. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to tell you that under Enzo Maresca, there's supposed to be the player dynamism, which is very, very important. And the prerogative is about how the game state evolves. The players also evolve for problem solving. It's what the game needs. You expect the players to adapt to that so that they can solve problems in that regard. Now, let me start with this. In other words, who should be some Marco Correa, Levi Kola? The game in itself, no matter so many defenders. But on paper, how many defenders? But mind you, the game isn't played on paper. Theoretically, they are defenders, but and yet the Americans will way above 4-2. But they can't catch what I say. The game is essentially about roles, not positions. So somebody can be playing as a left back, but their role isn't to be playing as a left back. On paper, he's a left back, but on the field of play, they are supposed to do something else. And a clinical example was Marco Correa. Now, so Oshe Marco Correa, there is a picture that I want to show you. Chelsea air building up from the back, and you're more like in the shape of a 4-2-3-1. And a Chelsea air finding a brighter for Nicolas Jackson in the channel. On the two channel, there was a Marco Correa who's supposed to be a left back, but not in the left hand side, taking up more like a Tetraquista role. Somebody who's supposed to be a roaming 8 to pick up, be close to the left hand side. Once the ball goes to him, he combines with players. Whilst Cole Palmer was holding the court on the other side as a pivot, Cole Palmer went dropping by Fiifi-Manfred as a pivot. And our brother friend of Marco Correa playing more like a Tetraquista in there. And these are some of the things about the dynamism of players in games, the dynamism of players under Enzo Maresca. It also said that's something that he's very, very enthused about. Or player dynamism, or about games that the players are supposed to evolve in respect to the game state, which is something that is very, very important. Again, relationship between Nicolas Jackson and Jadon Sancho on the left hand side seem to be very, very important. So that Chelsea airborne matches are. You wanted that relationship between the two, where Marco Correa will inject creativity, no Alenkia play, and Cole Palmer back to the box tournament, and it was very, very important. So also, Jackson is supposed to be a center forward, but now there's supposed to be a relationship between the two, where you have Marco Correa, you have Nicolas Jackson and Jadon Sancho combining with each other, and then trying to play in that regard to create a lot of chances over there for Chelsea Football Club, which is something that's very, very important. It's something that we expected to see with respect to maybe an Chelsea airborne or Bono, how they wanted to bring down Bournemouth, the problems that Bournemouth were bringing to them. And 20 minutes in, now, time and Chelsea airborne against Bournemouth, you could tell clearly. Say, Osha video picture Moise Caicedo is at the top right. He is keeping the weight. Ono more as a right back. Then you see Marco Correa taking at the position of Moise Caicedo. Then you see Abrante friend Renato Vieira making an instinctive decoy run in between the outside centre back and full back. Senebeya, it will open up the space for Nkuku. Nkuku already, the body you open up to pick up the ball. Out me fast, and it's the player dynamism. The dynamism is important. A lot of rotations, a lot of picking up of different positions, in possession, out of possession, OP, OOP, any IP. It's very, very important. And these are things that Chelsea seems to be in that regard. Now, this is my final picture, but look at it closely. It is the job of Pedro Neto. And you can't catch say Pedro Neto really isn't thriving in the first half. On the left hand side. On Shena Husiye. In fact, almost dragging out the neighbor actually. The minimum weight that Chelsea pay in terms of build up. You didn't see like that. He for push back. Important to note in this positions don't matter. Roles are interchangeable, like I did mention to you. Now, Oshe this pattern. Now, Ube a picture of Bournemouth game, no, that will leave in a simple request. Pedro Neto watch here and ask yourself a question. Say, oh, but Pedro Neto inside area more on how he operates. And it is clear, say Pedro Neto really struggles in that area, but the dynamism is there. The offensive play, the interchanging ability, how teams know they moving from the left to the right, how they combine with each other in the various zones. That's what we combine on. It's very, very important. And Lula says something that Enzo Maresca air building and he's imbibing in his team, hoping say they can get better with time. I've said it several times. Say everything goes as long as they are going. Everything goes on the line of where they are going. Everything is clear on how they want to go and how they want to play on the ball, off the ball, how they want to control games, how they want to dictate the pace of games. It looks as she said Enzo Maresca will build a very, very dynamic team. A very, very dynamic team. It's going to be difficult for anybody to break down our games. But we'll wait to see how everything goes on in terms of how well they play any of the next game against West Ham United, which is very, very important. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. See you.